Welcome to what is probably the most pointless video I've ever made, because why would I talk about products that no one can buy? Like, I mean, this isn't to say that I only make content so people can spend money, but like I at least try to make my videos actionable in some way, and this one isn't actionable at all. I did make a video on my favorite jackets you can buy, which, you know, I'll link it up here somewhere. But I'm making this one about my coats and jackets, because there are some that I absolutely love and I wear a lot, and people on my Instagram often ask me about them when they see me in them, and they ask me why I haven't reviewed them, and that's because it's silly to review something that no one can buy. Like, what's the point? Why would someone watch that video? But reviewing 5 jackets you can't buy, yeah, sure, what the hell. I think the point of this video, I think the reason why I took this video is that now I can justify to myself buying these coats and jackets, because normally when I buy something, I say, well, if I can talk about it on the channel, then it's not a waste of money and I can make it like a business expense or something. So yeah, here I am doing it. Here's my money laundering exercise here in YouTube for everyone to see. Let's go with number 1. Number 1 is Thursday Boot Company's flight jacket. It's my only brown leather jacket and I wear it all the time. I really love this vintage Air Force fighter pilot look it's got going for it. I never would have thought I'd get a leather jacket with these sort of elastic cuffs that it's got, but it's just a fantastic jacket that's like old and new in all the right ways. A big bonus is the removable shearling off-white collar for extra chilly days. And a lot of people ask me why I haven't reviewed this given how often I wear it and given how much I like Thursday Boot Company. The answer is that you can't buy it. So it'd be a useless review. It's been sold out for over a year, I think. And while Thursday has reinvigorated their jacket line this year with their Keanu leather jacket and Roadster jacket, they've still got plenty of their old Moto and Racer jackets as well. The flight jacket just hasn't come back. I mean, at least not yet. Like, I think that one just didn't do very well for them, but I think it's my favorite jacket that they have sold. Another reason why I didn't review this jacket is that it's from the first generation of Thursday jackets from a few years ago. And as is the case when any company takes their first try at a new product, the first generation wasn't that great. Like, the lining tore, so I had to get it replaced. And also the buttons for attaching the collar came loose. Like, yeah, there were some issues with that jacket. But I have a newer jacket from Thursday and it's really, really good. They obviously responded to the complaints and fixed the product. But yeah, again, like, why would I review an older version with problems that when they no longer have those problems, let alone when they don't sell the model anymore? That's why I haven't reviewed the brown flight jacket, but I absolutely love it, but you can't buy it. This one I'll just mention very quickly. This is my dressy coat. I've only worn it a couple of times on the channel, but it does always get comments, but I don't wear it very often because I very rarely dress up. In this footage, I wore it with a pair of jeans I shouldn't have because it really is the kind of coat that you would wear with slacks and like nicer shoes. But like, if it's cold and I'm wearing a suit, then yeah, I throw this coat over the top of it. I'm gonna speed past this one because I got it custom made from a nice wool, a really nice wool when I was living in Shanghai. I went down to the South Bund Fabric Market. If you've lived in Shanghai, you probably know the address of Sanbai Joshijo Lujiabang Lu. And they made me this coat. And because I never dress up, I've never felt a need to replace it, given I just wear it like a few times a year. But I do really like it when I do wear it. It does fit me really, really well. It's nice and like slim at the waist, which makes it very, very dressy. And people who ask me where I got it from, that's where I got it from. And you cannot buy it. The next coat is the one I talk about the most. This is a one-off fatigue jacket that I bought from the excellent luxury heritage retailer Division Road in Virginia. Everything they have is crazy cool, especially their coats and jackets. They do a lot of collaborations with big brands like Viberg. I've got their collab with Trickers shoes. But this wool coat, I've never in my life seen better marketing than the copy they wrote for this coat. And whenever anyone notices this coat, it's actually a fatigue jacket, it's more of a jacket. Whenever anyone notices it, I read out this marketing copy to them. It's kind of long, I put the whole thing in the article below of this video, which you can check out. But here are some highlights. The brand is called MotivMfg. This French F2 fatigue jacket is designed as a meeting point between beautiful mid-century European military garments and tailored outerwear pieces made for the future. This piece is derived from 1950s French military jackets in an above military grade fabric that will outlast any generation or future war, providing a structured form in a cut perfectly balanced between vintage and contemporary. This jacket is made in a 20-ounce charcoal covert cloth twill that uses wool yarns to produce an amazingly dense fabric resistant to weather and tearing. The fabric was originally created in the early 1900s as a military-grade riding wool twill weave, and this particular iteration was produced by Scotland's Lovart Mill from 1826, with varied shades of grey, charcoal, and black, tightly woven into this coal-covered, tank-like twill. It goes on and on like that, but the line that stands out the most to me is actually from the email that Division Road sent me when I asked about this jacket. When they said to me, quote, "It's not a piece for the faint of heart." That's the line right there, where it's like they challenged me on if I was even tough enough to wear this jacket. So of course I had to pick up the gauntlet and buy the jacket. Anyway, the design is really, really cool. Again, modeled after old French military jackets. It's twill and it's wool, which is very rare, super insanely tough. There are a lot of shirts it doesn't work with, but with a solid blue or white or black button down, or with a sweater and beanie, and especially with a turtleneck, it's really, really cool. I'm obsessed with this jacket, and when I can wear it, there aren't a lot of outfits I can wear it with, but when I can, I just love it. Next up, Marks & Spencer is a British brand that actually makes a lot of inexpensive clothing, but this is their pretty expensive trench coat. I can't remember how much it cost me. I think it was in the area of £300, and it's my only trench coat. And it's pricier than their other stuff because it's from their kind of short-lived Best of British collection they did in collaboration with the British Fashion Council. So it's a trench coat that's 100% made in Britain. I mostly bought it because it made me think about what the Ninja Turtles used to wear when they wanted to pass as humans.
What the heck was that?
Looked like sort of a big turtle in a trench coat.
But I wear it when I'm feeling dressier. Like I took it on a rainy brunch date not too long ago with my Carmina Chelsea boots. The thing with trench coats is that they don't have a hood, usually anyway, so you need to cover your head if it's raining, and like if you're using an umbrella, like do you really need a trench coat? I don't know. So sometimes I have difficulty knowing when to wear a trench coat, like when it makes sense. Maybe if you have like a waxed hat or something, but that ruins the more dressed up look of the trench coat. I don't know. But when I wear the trench coat, I love it. It's really cool. I don't wear the trench coats very often, but when I do, when it's raining, when I'm feeling dressier, and when I want to feel like a 1950s hard-boiled private detective, yeah, I do bust out this trench coat, and it is very, very cool. Lastly is my go-to coat for extremely cold weather, and it's the Sierra Parka from Taylor Stitch. Actually, these days when it's extremely cold, I usually use my Filson Mackinac, but if it's raining or if I want something more versatile that I can wear with like anything from sweatpants to slacks, I bring out this beast of a parka, which they don't sell anymore. I don't know why, it's a shame because I've never felt even a little bit cold in this parka. It's got a bunch of insulation, which is made from recycled polyester, which is kind of a cool touch. It's got a water repellent nylon exterior, and the exterior is made with 6% spandex for a really great and surprising amount of stretch for a parka like this. There's a soft lining as well made from brushed cotton that feels like a blanket on your skin. I also really like the marketing for it, where they got a guy from an ice cream store to stand in his freezer at -11 Fahrenheit for like all day. The only real downside of it is that it doesn't really have hand warmer pockets. Like the front pockets aren't in just the right position you want to warm up your hands when it's cold. And also mine is like maybe a little bit slim on me. Actually through a happy accident, I got one in 42 and one in 44. And I gave the 44 to a homeless guy who randomly asked me if I had a spare winter coat, and I randomly did. But I should have given him the 42 because I think parkas like this look better when they're a bit big. But I think it looks pretty good anyway, and fortunately it doesn't need any other layers underneath it. So, you know, it never feels like too restrictive because it fits me pretty well, and it insulates just incredibly well no matter what I'm wearing underneath it, even if I'm shirtless for some reason. All right, that does it for my least actionable, most indulgent, and stupidest video I've probably ever made. My favorite jackets that nobody can buy. I do want to do a quick shout out to the Flint & Tinder unlined waxed jacket, which is also made discontinued, which I also own. I didn't put it on this list because I don't like it. The jacket sucks, and I'm glad it got discontinued because the wax gets all sticky on your arms in a way that other wax jackets don't. We don't talk about that jacket. It sucks. Those are my 5 favorite jackets that you cannot buy. For the list of jackets you can buy that I adore, I put a link in the description below. It includes this jacket here. And make sure you subscribe as well, because I got a lot more heritage, menswear, and boot content. So I hope you like it, and it'll definitely be more useful than this video.